The Bible tells us to train our kids the way that they should go, so that when they grow up, they will not depart from it. But as couples, it's imperative that we discuss our model of parenting, because how I was raised may be different from how my spouse was raised, or how you were raised, how you were trained may be different from your spouse's form of training or pattern. So when we discuss, then it will help us to know the right way or the right path. So for example, number one, discuss how you were raised. Let's discuss your childhood experiences. What was the pattern? What was the formula? What was the model? So that both of you, we will take the good part from your part, and then the good part from my part, and then we will merge it, and we will use it as a model to train our kids. For example, for me, as a kid, as a young lady, I was moving from one place to the other. I was always working like a maidservant. So I'm a very hard-working person. I can work from morning till evening. But that was a wrong way of training up a kid, because you cannot allow your kid to be working from morning to evening. You have to allow that kid to do other stuff. But I wasn't given that opportunity. My husband is the laid-back one. They will allow him to work in the morning. Maybe you will wash all your clothes, and then in the afternoon you will rest, you will go back to school, you will learn and all that. But mine, it was work. So when we got married and our kids were growing up, I wanted my kids to be like me. I wanted them to work hard. So when I give you a responsibility in the morning, after you are done, I'll give you another one, because that was how I was raised. After you have been given this responsibility, when you are done, your mother or your father or the person that you are living with will give you another responsibility, from one responsibility to the other, one responsibility to the other. So I wanted my kids to behave or to work or to take up that responsibility. So my husband said, my dear, this is too much. You are pushing the kids beyond their limit. Okay? And then I was also telling him that if we train them the way that you want them to be trained, they will be lazy. Because for you in the morning, when you wash, it's okay. You will not do anything else again. So we realized that no, then we need to discuss it, because I don't want them to be lazy, and I don't want to abuse, okay, their strength. I don't want to abuse their capacity. So we needed to sit down and discuss. So I told my husband everything that I went through as a kid, everything that I went through, some of the things, the people that I stayed with, or the work that they were giving to me. And then he also told me what he went through, the people he stayed with, and some of the responsibility that were given to him. And so we were able to say, okay, this one is not good. Your part, this one is not good. My part, this one is not good. So let's bring the two, the good ones together. Let's merge them so that we will use it to train our kids. So discuss it. Okay, discuss it. Don't be too hard on them. Don't insist that things must be done your own way. That is the second one. Because there are some people, because they were trained, okay, along this pattern, they want their spouses to understand, to succumb to their request. It is not good. We are on the same page. We want to train the kids. We want to give them the best life, because we don't have any perfect parenting. So your model is not perfect. My model is not perfect, but we can take the good part, and then I will take the good part. Then we merge it, and then we help our kids. So don't insist. Number two, don't insist on your own way. Don't say that this is how I want to train my kids. This is how my mother and my father trained me. Your mother and your father, they were not perfect. So put that one aside, and let's sit down as a team. As I say, we are on the same page, and let's discuss how we want to train our kids. And don't be recalcitrant. Don't say that this is who I am and I want you to, there are so many ways that we can avoid conflict. If we will communicate, if we will give the other person the opportunity to express him or herself, if we will not insist on our own way, if we will not say that things must be done the way we want it to be done, it is not only about you. Don't be self-centered. Don't be selfish. It is not only about you. And you are not repository of wisdom. You don't have all knowledge. And your model of parenting is not perfect. And my model of parenting is not perfect. So don't insist on your own way. Bring yours. Let me bring mine. Let's see what we can do. Let's merge them. Okay, the ideas and the policies, so that we can implement it in our home, so that it will help. So that is the second. And also the third one, be patient with your spouse. Your spouse may not see your model of parenting as the best, but be patient with him or her. And let him or her seek to understand. Okay, seek to understand. You want to understand. In all that get understanding. I want to understand you. I want to understand where you are coming from. I want to understand why you believe that we should do things this way. I want to understand why you want us to do things this way, so that both of us can learn from each other. Okay, the two of us, the Bible says we will become one. We are not one. We will become one. And we can become one when I allow you to be yourself. You allow me to be myself. And then we will take the best part and then we will give to our kids. We don't have to allow our kids to be victims. And we are always fighting, arguing, nagging, complaining because you want your spouse to succumb to your model of parenting, or you want her or him to succumb to yours, and it is not healthy. It is not helpful. I believe that what we can do is that God knows that you have something that I don't have, and I also have something that you don't have, but we have to be open-minded. Okay, that is the fourth one. Have that open-minded platform, or that open-minded mentality, that you are open, okay, and you are ready to learn. You are ready to upgrade yourself. You are ready to broaden your horizon. You are ready to learn something. You are ready. You seek to understand. Okay, that is a sign of maturity, because the reason why sometimes when it comes to raising our kids, you will see a lot of conflict, complaining, and nagging is that the one person is not ready to put his or her model down. One person is not ready to say that, well, I think that mine is wrong. I think that mine is very abusive, because my case, it was very abusive. I was always working from morning to evening because I was living with people. I was like a maid servant. So I cannot use the same model when it comes to my kids. And my husband too, it was too, that laid-back attitude that you just work in the morning and you don't work again. It will make the kids lazy. So we can combine it. We can combine it, and then we can find the best portion, and then we can train our kids the way that they should go. So let's do that, so that it will not result in conflict, unnecessary conflict. And remember that your spouse is not like you, and you don't come from the same background. You are not the same. You see things differently. When you seek to understand, when you seek to know why the person does what he does or what she does, I think it will help you to see the way forward. It will help you to write things down, so that the best from your side and the best from my side, we merge it, and then we use it to train our kids the way that they should go, so that when they grow up, they will not depart from it.